Welcome back here to the Mountain Morning Show. Right now to talk about GravityFed is co-founder Gary Marcoccia. Gary, how are you doing today?
Great, thank you.
Absolutely, thank you so much. First, before we get started and talk about GravityFed right now, let's talk about where you guys came from, because you guys have a really amazing story.
Yep, so we were basically living and working up in Alta at Gold Miner's Daughter back in 2000, and two of us decided we'd start a website.
A website up at a ski resort in 2000. So this is before high-speed internet. This is in the age of dial-up, and you're on a mountain. So how did you manage all of this? Well,
we just kind of had to get creative and somehow got an internet connection to the actual dorm room we lived in, and we didn't really have a background in computers or, websites, but we just went for it, and it's kind of been a labor of love since. Just
spiraled ever since then. What a great idea, and talk about how it's grown since that point. What have been the major growth points for you guys since coming out of a dorm room, as you said? Now you guys are pretty big.
Yeah, so we ended up actually launching several different websites under that company umbrella. Most of them are related to skiing in Little Cottonwood Canyon. There's one that's actually a pretty popular video blog now that has quite a few followers, and we have some great content coming out of that. But basically, it was a content website. We were bringing together back then manufacturers and the high-profile skiers of the canyon to, create content.
And this is before like social media had really taken off, and before social media influencers were really a big thing. This is kind of even before blogging had really taken a big hit on the internet as well, right?
That's right. Yep. We were kind of in a lot of ways first with bringing together the influencers of the day with the brands. And, like I said, it's kind of always been a labor of love. We've done it as a side business all of these years up until last year. And then we actually rebranded the actual company as a platform and started to curate membership. And what we have now is an influencer platform where we bring together the social influencers and the bloggers with the outdoor or lifestyle brands.
That's fantastic.
So a lot of the companies are looking for people to do product reviews, to produce media on any number of things, and we facilitate all of that through a marketplace. Yeah, campaign marketplace.
That's great. So, but it's a benefit to businesses, but it's also a benefit to those trying to establish themselves in the social media realm as well, trying to establish themselves as an influencer, as someone who's a marketer of these goods, right?
Absolutely. A lot of these people are content creators. Some are just getting started. Some are very established. But I have been pretty happy to see that we're helping a lot of people grow their social influence. For example, they can produce some media for a brand. The brand shares their media and tags that influencer, and it helps them grow their base. And so it kind of, it's good for all parties, really. And we have a range of influencers, anyone from 500 total followers who are just starting out to up to 1 million aggregate followers across all the social platforms. So, the brands can come in there, they can discover people through filters, and then reach out to them and offer them opportunities. And on the influencer side, they can actually come in, they can find brands, and they can also produce content. So we have a publication platform where the influencers can actually put up product reviews, and then of course we'll push that out.
That seems great though as well, because it seems like you can, if you are on the business side of things, really looking for the best place to market your product, you can really hone into the specific demographic, the specific people, the target audience that you really want to go for, whether that's 1 million aggregate followers or a very small niche audience of 500 followers of a specific person.
Absolutely. There's some brands that want access to just Instagram influencers, and they want what we call awareness campaigns. So that's just product placement in an Instagram post. But then there's other brands that want way more in-depth partnerships. We even have a campaign type called Expedition campaign type, where if brands are looking for actual influencers that are going to go out and travel and take these trips, then they can kind of engage with them and sponsor what they're up to. So yeah, it's all about it's a good place to be, because a lot of especially the smaller to medium-sized brands that are starting up, they don't necessarily have a huge budget to go out and buy a bunch of advertising. So in our platform, they can come in and they can find people to just get products in their hand and get content out there about it.
And I think recent marketing data shows shown that some social media influencing marketing has actually been proven to be more effective than other previous, more traditional forms of marketing or advertising there. So, Gary, how can people, if they're an influencer or if they're a brand, how can they get involved with GravityFed and grow themselves?
Yeah, there's actually, you can just go to the website and sign up on both sides. The brands, there's some pretty advanced stuff there that they can utilize, but you can access it for free. You can set up a brand account, have a presence there, do some discovery, find some people to reach out to. On the influencer side, it's always free for them. They just come and sign up. They have to connect some social media or some blog analytics, but once they do that, their profile will be active and they'll be in the system.
They'll be connected.
Yeah. Wow,
that's so great. What a great idea. I'm really excited to see how this continues to grow, especially after this last year of rebranding. So Gary, congratulations on all the effort, and the labor of love has turned into something fantastic for you. So glad to hear about that. GravityFed, connecting social media influencers and bloggers with the brands that matter to them. Again, head over to GravityFed's website, gravityfed.com, if you are an influencer or a business and you need your product placed in front of the right audience. Sign up there and they will have you covered for sure. We'll get right back to the Mountain Morning Show right after this break.